He married my sister, now we're living together.
We are in-laws. Fucking Zoomates-in-law right now, Tom, because we're zooming.
Zoomates-in-law. Wow. How did it take us this long to come up with that?
I mean, that's just right off the dome, dude. 4 seconds in.
Folks, is going to be a hot pod.
Kind of a 4 out of 25 riff. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. I don't think it's a 4 out of 25. That's the math you did on that one?
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of like that idea. Like we start doing, I'd say, yeah, that was about a 12 out of 32.
And you're like, oh, damn. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
See, I like to keep it within like the 100. So I could go, that's like a 16%.
Sure.
My little 4 out of 20, that's hitting on about 16%. Zoomates-in-law. There's some people that heard that. And they
well,
said,
good math. Bad. You nailed that.
And then a lot of people are going, it's not very good. Yeah, it's 4 times 4, Tom. It's not that.
I don't know.
Brilliant for that
I was pretty impressed by it, dude. I think you're doing a great job. With
hey, thanks, Tom. I got a 19 on the math section on the ACT. So anything you need. No, I'm goofing, Tom. Remember, this is what the whole pod is.
No, this is a serious time.
God, speaking of serious stuff, we're not even roommates. Tom.
We're not Zoomates or roommates, and we are certainly not brothers-in-law.
We are
good friends.
I thought you were going to whisper it with me.
Yeah, but whisper over Zoom scares me because sometimes you can't hear it.
Oh, I thought it was only the plain sound effects is what I remember being quite the issue.
Hit me with a plane takeoff. I got part of that. Yeah, I don't think it's as high quality as it is in person, but it's pretty good.
We got to do a Boeing one where it goes.
That's it. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah, one of my favorite impressions to do is a Boeing airplane.
You guys know Boeing? You guys familiar with this? You guys heard of this? Boeing, I mean, boy, I'm booing Boeing right now. More like booing airlines.
What actually happened besides the door falling off?
Well, Tom, they've had quite a few.
Oh, yeah, the murder. They killed the.
I was about to say, well, they did murder the whistleblower.
It's so crazy.
I mean, and this is what's insane about it is it's like so obvious.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he got like shot in the head like 5 times, and they were like
in a parking lot.
Total suicide.
Yeah, you know how after you shoot the first time, you can shoot 4 more.
Like what? Like I think he killed himself with a paintball gun. Actually,
it took 5 rounds.
And it's also so blatant, which is like I guess like where we're at. Not to be like the guy that's like this is where we're at in society, but like
world's a fucked up place, man.
Not even like trying anymore.
No.
And we all just heard it and went, yeah, he got murdered.
Yeah, he got for sure.
Yeah. Another multinational corporation murdered a guy when he was saying that they weren't doing a good job with the old maintenance on their flights. There's a documentary from 2022 called The Case Against Boeing, where it's just their planes are blowing up. No, this is a new whistleblower. This guy just retired. You know what the problem is, Tom? They hired a bunch of MBAs. They hired a bunch of MBAs to run the company, and they got rid of the engineers. This is a big problem, Tom.
Interesting. And it's a problem because planes require a tad bit of engineering. I'm not an expert, but I think there needs to be like some technical stuff in there.
It's like 40% technical, and the rest of it, like
more vibes.
Business guys can run it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I like to run. If I was running an airline, I would run it mostly on vibes. I'd have someone kind of walk around and kind of like knock on it the way like an old guy like taps on the side of a boat and is like, "Yeah, she's a beauty."
Like a literal kick the tires.
Yeah.
Not the metaphorical tire kick. No, you do walk up, you're like, yeah, I mean, those are on there. I mean, Tom, could you imagine your fat ass just got upgraded to Comfort Plus, okay? Yeah. And they tossed you on the windows, or they tossed you on the door, and they said, hey, in case of an emergency, you Gucci as hell, and you went Gucci as hell. And then you hit 36,000 feet, and the door flies off, Tom? What?
You're like, oh, wait, did you tell us what to do if the door came off?
And I'm like, well, Michael Clayton just started. I can't right now.
Can I get a Biscoff before I get yanked out of this plane, please?
My Biscoff would just turn to dust. Yeah. I mean, that thing's gone.
Just like, no.
Biscoff.
Ah.
Come on. That's the only thing in my lawsuit. Is just like I sue for 8 Biscoffs.
Somewhere in the middle of Iowa, just it rains Biscoff crumbs.
Oh God! I mean, a door flying off, Tom. I don't know.
That's a hard one to come back from, Boeing.
I think I would want to be sucked out of the plane.
No.
Oh,
why?
Kind of a fun way to die, honestly, because you're not dying immediately.
But people didn't die, right?
Yeah, but they were probably permanently. I bet there was some serious psychological damage going on, Tom.
But dude, that's a story at a party whenever you want. I was on the Boeing plane.
I mean, that's an incredible, like literally everyone's actually jonesing for you to tell that story. So you get to do the thing where you're like,
I don't want to.
I don't want to tell a story.
You get a little bit of a bigger crowd.
They're going, Tom, come on, tell a story. And you're like, that's, I tell it so often. I mean, do you guys even want to hear it? And
is anyone interested? One more time, do you guys want to hear it?
You guys want to hear this shit? Dude, 10 years later, everybody's like, he's still telling that fucking story.
Yeah, he's still. And by that point, it's like, but Boeing's gonna kill you soon, dude.
yeah. Actually, you've been dead for years at that point.
Yeah.
Damn, did you guys hear about Tom? Yeah, he shot himself in the head 11 times in a row.
Yeah, he was telling the wing story or the door story a little too much at his corporate party. The office party got a little loose, and Boeing said, "All right, let's put a stop."
All right, let's put a stop to this one. This kid's getting a little loose. What you drinking there, Tomas? Is that an old fish?
No, just a little whiskey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What time is it over there?
5:30.
5:30 whiskey. Okay.
Yeah,
not bad.
I got an early night. I'll go to bed in a little bit.
Did your show get canceled?
It did. That was a tough one.
Yeah, but isn't that kind of a nice feeling sometimes?
Well, it's nice when they, because first you get the message that says, "Hey, tickets are bad."
Hey, if you guys could tell some people, yeah.
And then I'm like, well, now I want it to cancel, because if it doesn't cancel, you're driving there going, "This is gonna be bad."
Well, this is gonna hurt. Really, it's gonna hurt me a lot. Yeah, it's never like, "Hey, ticket sales are absolute dog shit," and then 10 minutes later, they're like, "Guys, we sold it out."
You guys are not gonna believe this. We had a huge turnaround.
Holy crap, guys. We got to
resharing that show promo.
Yeah. Oh my God. We got Boeing's holiday party coming in. This is going to be great. Tom just gets shot in the face on stage.
Strapped. Yeah. God, it's the Wild West. Yeah. It reminds me when we were talking about Putin, how like Putin will just kill a guy like a old school, or not old school, but like a real life supervillain.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's just kind of like, yeah, he definitely killed that guy, right?
Yeah. He's dead.
Yeah.
And literally Putin he's just like, no, I don't know what happened.
No, I didn't do
it. Everybody's like,
kind of has that little smile.
Come on.
Vlad.
You did it. Dude, Vladimir. I mean, you simply must be a supervillain.
Yeah, Vladimir
Putin.
You know what's a thing I was thinking about the other day? You know how like we got like Alexander the Great and like Attila the Hun and like why don't we have like those? Like, why isn't it like Vladimir the douche or like
Vladimir the douche?
Vladimir.
I mean, I guess the question is, were those guys called that during their life?
Probably not. I mean, it would be crazy.
You know what I mean?
Don't you know I'm the Great?
Yeah, that would be kind of wild.
You're talking to the Great right now.
I'm talking to the fucking Timmy the Goat right now.
I mean, LeBron James goes by King James.
I believe that's self-proclaimed too. That's kind of wild.
I think it is. It's insane that just he had to have been like. There's no way that's not humiliating unless he becomes the best player.
Unless it really, really worked out.
Worked.
I mean, he got chosen one tattooed on him when he was like 18.
God,
that's some weird and wild stuff. And then it worked.
Yeah, it worked. Dude.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess there are no.
Because wouldn't it be kind of fun if we gave like all the?
Well, I mean, Trump kind of does that. Trump gives everybody a name where he's like, "Here comes, Stinky the idiot or whoever it is." Any of his opponents, it's like fucking fat guy asshole, and everybody's like,
Sleepy Joe is pretty good.
Sleepy Joe, there it is.
Mm-hmm. Sleepy Joe B. I ride for Joe B, dude.
Just an 83-year-old president. Oh wait. We were speaking of my math skills earlier. Both of these gentlemen are in their 80s, correct?
I think so, right? Well, they were 79 in the last. How old is DJT?
I believe he's like 79
Oh
or
no,
80.
he's 77. Biden's 81.
Oh, okay. Biden's 81, dude. So I mean, like if he gets
he's
elected,
got plenty of time.
the end of his term, he's
85.
85 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, so and if any of our grandparents are 85 and people go, how are they doing? You go, still pretty sharp. And that's like the big compliment.
Oh, it's like, yeah, it's also like if you say like, yeah, grandma's like driving still, people are like, she's still driving.
Whoa, holy shit. And you're like,
Yeah.
not well. It's really, really dangerous.
No,
but
we're begging her to stop. She just has so many spare keys.
yeah, she is currently behind the wheel right now. At any moment in time, she's behind the wheel.
Let me guess, mushroom cloud just went off behind me. Yeah, that's grandma.
The full Dumb and Dumber scene where he's looking behind. A lot of bad drivers out there.
Can never be too careful.
But I mean, so this gentleman will be 85 years old by the end of that term if he wins.
Yeah, and then if things go my way, we'll get rid of term limits and he'll run again.
Yeah, and then he goes again. He's 89. Wait, no, this will be a second term, so he can't. Thank God.
That's what I was saying.
Oh.
I'm like, but Trump said he wanted to get rid of term limits so he could be president for forever.
Oh, well, sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that would only last 2 more terms, then he'd be 113.
Right. But then we get to pass it on to his son, either Eric or Junior, and that would be sick as hell because I'm just a big fan of the whole family.
I like it when power is like, especially political power is passed down in that way. Because
Yeah, it just seems the most merit-based, you know?
yes, and they never really start to abuse the power or the people that they serve over. No, it never really turns into a weird authoritarian dictatorship.
No,
or anything
and
like
if you
that.
grow up like in a palace, like seeing how things are run, then you know what it's like to run a country, and then you should be doing it.
Yeah.
Because you haven't been poisoned by living a real life, you know?
Yes, you're like, I've seen my dad strangle out a couple of maids. I can do that too.
I could hit a button and delete a country in the Middle East.
Delete a country. That's fun. I mean, like, you look at a guy like Kim Jong-un and you're like, you're not supposed to be anyone's leader. You're 4'9"
he's not even supposed
and
to
you're
be
about
around.
a 90. Yeah.
He's not supposed to be around like at all.
At all. You are a genetic disaster. He's just like a pug of a man. Like, you're not supposed to be around.
Yeah,
this is a guy that's getting stiff-armed in any other area of his life.
For real, like he is not receiving one promotion.
None. Zilch. Zero. With that
That's
haircut,
the whole Trump family too.
No. But what's his name? The young guy. He's just coked out of his head.
Wait, which one?
The what's his
Barron?
name? Not Barron.
I was like,
Barron.
oh shit.
No, Barron should be putting up like 39 and 12 and like at a D2 school.
Dude, he's like 6'8".
Kid's a monster, dude. No, but what's it? The direct son, the one that's like, I think it's Don Jr.
I think it's Junior. Yeah, he's
the boy is coked out of his head, and then the other one's, I think, too ugly to do anything.
We should do some, those like reality TV shows that are like Summer House or whatever, like where everyone gets in a house.
Sure.
It should be Hunter Biden and the Trump boys all have to live in a house together, and we film it.
I mean, Hunter. I mean, I'm voting for Hunter every time. Now that's a guy that knows how to live.
He also seems like a guy who might just like smoke you across the jaw.
Sure. No, he's completely off the handle.
Eric Trump might take one right to the face first day.
Wouldn't that be amazing? Well, I mean, I was going to say a president that talks shit, but that was Trump the entire time.
Yeah.
And he did provide some pretty fun sound bites, unfortunately.
It's the funniest thing he did. Unfortunately, he did have a lot of funny things.
Some of these guys, like, it is the end of democracy as we know it, but like watching the president shake an invisible person's hand and then not know how to get off stage is kind of like the funniest thing I've ever seen.
It's objectively hilarious. It should have happened when he was running and he shouldn't have gotten it, but but now
he's just at the UN. He doesn't know how to get off stage.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I watched the State of the Union though. He did pretty good. Kind of shut down a couple hecklers, dude.
Oh, he was crowd working?
I think he should start posting clips of him being honest. They would do numbies. Marjorie Taylor Greene was heckling.
Oh, I saw the one where like he saw her and she was like draped up and dripped out in Trump gear, and he kind of looked at her like, whoa, look at this shit. Whoa, what do we got here? That was kind of fun.
The one thing he does really well that's fun, it is literally it's like it could be used in stand-up comedy is like when someone's like really angry, he kind of just like smiles and is like, "What are you doing?"
What is this? What's this energy?
And it's hilarious because it doesn't.
It diffuses it pretty quickly.
It's a pro move. Because if someone's like, "Fuck you," and you're like, "Yeah, you hate me, don't you?"
He's like, I'm kind of overreacting right now.
Yeah.
He's not really biting back the way I thought he might.
I just realized I am yelling in this. I'm the only one yelling in this room.
I kind of look like an idiot right now. Oh, damn it. I just got by an 81-year-old man.
Yeah.
Tom, you look kind of yoked as shit right now. What's going on over there?
I think it's just the shirt I'm wearing.
I mean, are you absolutely jacked out of nowhere? I saw you 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
what the hell happened?
dude. In the past 2 weeks, I got on creatine and steroids.
like what the fuck?
And Ozempic, and I'm fucking yoked now. No,
I kept thinking like
shirt. It does make my pecs look kind of good.
I mean, you look jacked as shit.
Hell yeah, dude!
I don't know what the shirt every day. Look at the traps. I mean, what is this? This sucks.
No, I'm not. Don't worry. I'm pretty out of shape.
Are you on the Hungry Man Challenge? What was that, guys? No, the Raw Diet Man. The guy that was like, I eat a live chicken every day.
Superhero is this? Oh no, is this the guy? The Liver Man?
The Liver King.
Liver King, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I eat 2 rodents and a live chicken. It turned out he was just roiding the whole time.
Yeah, I think it was like completely a lie.
He made like so much money. You know what I need? I think and this is like something I'm trying to embrace a little bit more. I need to just start lying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I need to just lie
in life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Say more about that.
The other day.
Where is the truth really fucking you over here?
Well, I just like. So I saw a guy. He was he had been at a show. I was like, "How was the show?" And he's like, "It was amazing. I did some new. It was like great. Crowd was really fun." I was like, "Fantastic. That rules." And I saw another guy that was at the same show. I was like, "Heard the show was heat." He's like, "Oh, dude, it was horrible."
Oh yeah.
He's like, "Nobody was there. It was a fucking nightmare. Everybody bombed." And I was like, "Oh, yeah. I'm just gonna lie more."
Well, I think that is sociopathic in a little in a way. But I think there is value to be had in like that. Maybe not with a specific show, like a bar show. That's just weird to be like, no, it was heat.
It was absolute heat.
But I've caught myself a few times where someone's like asked how I'm doing, and then I like really tell them, and it's like if I'm not doing great or something, or I like complain about like a road gig or something, and it's like that's not what anyone wants to hear.
Why am I doing that?
And it's like that's where it's like, well, this is our job, and I guess like at your job, when your boss says like, hey, how's the sales pipeline looking? You're not like, oh, it's really bad.
Dog shit, dude. I haven't been awake most of this month, so
I lied every time. So it's kind of we should be allowed to do that in comedy a little bit.
Yeah, I think I did. I'm gonna start lying. I'm gonna start lying more.
Okay, I like it.
So, be prepared for that.
2 things about my friend Tim. He's operating a calorie deficit, and he's almost never telling the truth anymore.
That's out.
So is he operating at a calorie deficit? We don't know.
Damn, dude. I guess the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah.
If I start packing on the LBs again and I'm telling everybody I'm on a cal def, that's horse poo.
What if next time I see you in person, if I tap the stomach and say, yeah, it's pudding, all right, are you gonna hate me?
I'll throw you right out of the window. I live on the first floor. It's just gonna be you're just gonna hit the ground outside and be like, all right, now come back in here, but don't do that again.
Climb through the window again.
I'm like, yeah, dude, these shards are gonna get you. Actually, hold on, let me open this window so you can get in easier. Sorry about that. I kind of just I ruined my own home doing that. But yeah, but I think I'm just gonna start lying more because when that guy told me it was like great, I was like, nice, man. I'm happy to hear it.
Yeah, dude, do it.
I'm gonna start lying.
I like it. All right, I'll get on board too.
Ask me something I would usually tell the truth about, Tom.
Do you have an hour?
Something I would usually tell. Yeah, I mean, an hour. I mean, I could do like an hour of like, but it's like stuff that I love. Like, if I had to stretch, I could do like an hour 45. But like, if I had to keep it tight, sure, I could keep it to an hour. I usually like to do like an hour and a half.
All right. Yeah. Wait. Actually, I got a follow-up question, Tim. How do you feel about the internet? How do you feel about crowd work clips?
I think they're revolutionizing comedy, and I think that anyone that posts, I think posting stand-up comedy crowd work clips are good for the art of stand-up comedy and good for everyone's mental health that are involved in them. I think people want to see that, and I think more people should be doing it.
You guys couldn't see him, but he just vomited on the screen.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I have had a few moments with crowd work where I'm like, that was very fun. But to what end, Tom?
To what end? Selling tickets. That's the only end for crowd work.
Oh, God. But then you're swallowed up by a monster of your own creation. You get up there with some jokes you try to write, and somebody's like, what do your balls look like? And you're like, no, I got you here.
Dude, I'm dying for some. I got 5 on that.
5 on your balls?
Damn, what they look like? Yeah.
Well, we're starting to hit the summer, so one of them's going to start drooping lower than the other, Tom. You got anything like that going on?
The summer chafing is going to be bad in New York City.
Brother, let me tell you something. You got to get the green bottle of Gold Bond, folks.
What's the green bottle doing?
That's the extra strength, Tom. That's what I'm talking about. That's when you spritz it on your balls, taint, and butthole, and it stings for like 40 to 45 seconds. That's how you know it's working.
Hey, you kind of like it because you're like,
you kind of love it. It's like a mouthwash for your like taint. It's the best.
Gross.
No, but
I know, but you included mouth and taint in the same sentence, and then that's where my brain went.
Hey, Tom, sorry, I don't know how much what kind of shit you're into in the bedroom, but sometimes the mouth and the taint get involved, dude.
They're not supposed to see each other.
What?
Not if like actually behind the actual taint.
I mean, come on, you got to get down there and mix it up, Tom.
I'm not going in the back door.
Jesus Christ. Okay. You think you know somebody. I mean, what the hell? You show up, you got 30 pounds of muscle on you in 2 weeks. You're not getting in there and mixing it up?
You think you know somebody? You're like, you've had me pegged as a ass eater this whole time?
I thought maybe you'd be open to new experiences. You get down there and have a fun time. You're in your 30s, Tom.
No, I'm not.
That's not true?
29 years young, dude.
Oh, shit. I thought you were 30.
For 2 more months. And then I'm going to tell everyone I turned 29 again.
Oh, well, that's going to be tough because I've been telling everybody you're 32.
That's tough. You've been telling everyone you're 22. So what's going on here?
Yeah, but that I can't even lie about. And I've been trying.
Yeah, now word is out on the street that you're lying about everything. So if you say I'm 32, people will go, well, that guy's probably 26.
Damn, he's such a lying piece of shit.
I bet Tom's so young.
He does call him the youngest man he's ever met in his entire life.
Yeah. I got a couple things to run by you, but we did have a 0 submission.
Let's absolutely go. Who we got?
I don't know. It's a weird one. I don't know that it's a guarantee, but
see, these are kind of my fave. And hey, don't get me wrong, folks. We love it when somebody absolutely nails the vibe of a 0. But there's an argument to be made. I love the discussion ones.
Yeah. Yes. So this is an airplane one, and so if we have any airplane material, we can also just cruise right into that. So okay, this is the submission. Sitting aisle on a plane. Across the aisle were 2 men, sitting in front and back of each other. Seemed to be chummy coworkers, maybe friends. Food and drink gets passed out and eaten to both, and the front guy leans back to his friend and said, "Can you do me a solid?" Friend says yes. Front guy goes, "Can you take my trash to the back of the plane and throw it away?" Back guy was also not ready to get up, also had his tray down and his food and shit, had his own stuff. Front guy wanted to clear off his tray so he could work. And so he asked his friend to go throw away his shit, but they're both aisle. Front guy didn't have a disability or injury. He goes, this is good. This is a submission from Mark. He goes, front guy doesn't have a disability or injury other than a jackass complex. Damn.
There we go. There we go. You rarely hear jackass out in the wild.
Jackass is hilarious. Mark is over 40 years old for sure.
Absolutely is. Shout out, Mark.
I don't know who you are, Mark, but I love you. And then, actually, he for sure is, because he goes, other than a jackass complex, at most call the stewardess. Haven't been called stewardesses in a long time, Mark.
Nope. Mark might be running for president. This is an 80-year-old man we're talking to.
Here's the tough part. Back guy adjusted his own shit, got up, walked his friend's trash to the back of the plane, threw it away, and came back.
So here's my big cue.
Yeah.
I would like to know the age discrepancy of these gentlemen.
Oh.
Because is this a dad?
Is this a boss employee?
But if I would say that is absolutely zero if it's boss employee.
Even dad to son is.
I don't know. Maybe he's got like a bum knee or something. I don't know. Maybe
I feel like if it was an obvious dad-son relationship, Mark would have included that because that's an obvious thing. But he said he said they seem to be chummy coworkers, possibly friends.
And that is.
So we're looking at similar age.
Yeah, it's giving same age. Oh, see, what I don't like is if it is a boss employee, then the power dynamics are all fucked up.
And then the employee is like kind of just like getting cucked a little bit,
getting body bagged.
Yeah, because that is, I mean, if it's employee boss, it's a for sure zero because that's.
I mean, he's essentially going, "Excuse me."
Yes, exactly. Like that's just stone cold zero behavior.
Trash, please.
I think in general,
I wonder if the guy
kind
huffed
of is.
Puffed.
I don't know, but if you huff and puff, then you're not going to blow the house in. Now, then you're not going to do it. Like
you huff and puff, and you blow the doors off.
Yeah, there we go. Boeing shot out. Shot out.
There we go.
There we go.
Not
shot
bad.
Head out.
Not bad.
Yeah,
I mean, I think we're staring down the barrel of a stone cold zero.
I think so too. It's just such a weird one. It's such a douchebag move. It's not like only zero. It's like you're a mean guy.
Yeah, you're just because I'm kind of having a tough time envisioning a scenario where this is okay.
Yeah, there's not really there's no justification for this ever.
Outside of a bum knee. Like if the guy's got a knee brace on, all right.
Yeah.
If he if he has no arms,
if he's missing both lower limbs.
Yeah, if he better be 40% bionic to be able to do some shit like this. That's
pre-surgery though, so he doesn't actually have the bionics yet.
True. He's he's got his his new arm on the drop down tray, and they're on their way to Dubai to have this once in a lifetime surgery
procedure that insurance won't cover in the U.S.
This guy sucks. I want to know what I need more information. I want to know what the guy's reaction was. I want to know what the vibe was like when he got back.
That's true, Mark. Mark, if you could follow up. Mark, I want you to follow up. I want you to include how the guy took the trash back. Was it like fine, or was it like, oh yes, sir?
Also, was the guy that asked, was he like, dude, thanks so much? Like, was it like that kind of a thing, or was it like he didn't acknowledge it? It was just like
he said, "Hey, will you do me a solid?"
Don't love that. That's essentially calling somebody champ.
Hey, chief.
Hey, sport. Come grab this shit. I don't want it anymore.
Why don't you take my crumbs back to the trash? Also, I've never seen anyone throw anything away on a plane.
Yeah, who gets up and goes to the back?
You shove it in. If you really need to clear off the tray, you put it on the ground, or you shove it in the pocket.
Or God forbid, you wait 4 minutes. They're coming to get it.
Pod forbid.
Pod forbid. They're coming to get the trash, sir.
Yeah.
Your email, unfortunately, can wait.
Yeah. Sorry. This is a stone cold zero.
I know. I don't even know why we thought this was a murker.
Well, it's just it's a weird one because you rarely see someone just like, usually a zero is like, it's like a little murky, I guess, or it's like a little like blend in. This guy's just like being a straight up douchebag in the wild.
Bull douche.
Yeah.
Treating this other grown man like the help? That's crazy.
It's insane. You wait for a stewardess, you know?
You treat the help.
I love that
like
he used stewardess.
Stewardess is wild. And then wait, what was his other tell?
He said he's being a jackass.
A jackass. A real jackass. This guy's being a real pill on the flight.
My grandpa used to say turkey.
Oh, yeah. Or a hot dog.
Yeah, you're being a turkey. A hot dog was like
stop hot dogging around.
Hot dogging is like that's showboating.
You're showboating a little bit. Yeah. Well, wait, I was gonna say no, if you're in a pickle, that means you're like in a bind.
Yeah.
Why is this all being related to food?
I don't know.
You know, like it's a hot dog. When somebody's eating a hot dog, you're not going like, okay, tone it down, money bags. Didn't know you had hot dog money.
That is such a good point. Where does that come from? Man.
Oh, okay. Didn't know you had...
Boy, he's really ramening it right now.
Like, why is that the expression for somebody who's
It
showing
should be
off?
like, okay, Mr. Caviar, you know?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
Not
no.
hot dog. Literally the cheapest meal.
Yeah, I
And
don't
it's
want to
not
flex
even like
on you,
it's
but I did
difficult.
have 4 hot dogs for dinner, so
I mean, you can, like, if you purchase hot dogs at the grocery store, like per dog, I mean, you got to be looking at what,
$42
$1.05?
cents.
Yeah, max.
Yeah. I
So
mean, they're not.
your
Yeah.
dinner cost you $4,
Yeah.
and that's the expression for like a huge show off. A guy
God,
really,
he's really being a douche right now.
God damn. Okay, we get it. You have hot dog money, dude. Stop rubbing it in our faces.
Hot dog money. That's all I'm trying to get these days.
What are you gonna tell me next? You have mustard, dude?
Get out and don't have multiple mints. That's condiments.
Dude. Okay, that is fun. I'm saying that on stage.
Yeah, that's gonna get said on stage for sure.
And it's gonna go horribly.
It
That's
might-
like
it
some
might
real
sound really
1980s
Seinfeld.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
just gonna say,
That's-
hot dog.
Huh? What are we doing? Are you showing up with a hot dog? And then you just have to go back into your notes and you're like, yeah, it's no good.
Yeah, it was pretty good on the pod though.
I guess it was a pretty astute observation on the POD, but it's not working here too well, folks. That's
Oh,
the worst.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something
Yeah, it
pops
is.
in a convo and you go stage time and everybody in the audience is going, "Would you bring that back to the convo?"
Why don't you keep that on the pod, Tim?
Not here, shit lips. Take that out of here.
I wrote something. I was trying to describe this feeling. You know, when you're in a rush in a hotel. Oh, what? Yeah, you just had an idea.
Well, keep going. I'm gonna write it down so I don't forget.
Okay. Well, so you're basically like, hey, keep talking. I'm not gonna listen.
No. Just all I had to do. It's written down. I'm in.
Wait, you go now. Oh, you mean the hot dog thing?
No, it's I had an idea for when we're doing live pods.
Oh, okay. So is this an offline convo?
I don't think so. We could toss it online.
Oh, let's riff it out.
So how about this? You know how you and I have been known to toss a little cutting line at each other every once in a while?
I never have.
And some call it some petty behavior. What if we had a petty button, and anytime we say
ding, ding,
you
ding.
hit the petty button, and it's just the Tom Petty line, and it says, "Don't do me like that."
Yes.
So
Oh, this
anytime
is
one of us,
brilliant,
you
dude.
just hit the petty button. Don't do me like that.
Don't do me like that.
I mean, that's just good, clean fun right
This
there.
is perfect. That
Right?
Side
gotta get
seal
a-
delivered. I'm in.
We
on
gotta
that.
get there. We go. We gotta get a big red button that says petty on it.
Yeah.
That's
And
fun.
then maybe a heartbreaker. We gotta get something going for the heartbreakers too.
Oh, we do need to find a heartbreaker lyric. Well, I'm gonna task Lizzie with that one. She's all over it.
Anytime we tell a bomb story, then it's
Oh,
then
a
you hit the
heartbreaker lyric.
story. Yeah, you hit
Yes.
the heartbreaker button.
Yep,
Our,
we like
our
that.
entire podcast is classic rock themed. I'm like, and then every time we tell a story about a hot teenager, we hit the Bob Seger button.
I ain't good looking, but I ain't shy, Tom. One of the best lyrics of all time. Shout out Bob Seger.
Yeah, I wish he sang less about teenagers.
Yeah, but he was a young man. I know it's like it sucks because for a lot of those songs he was like 19 and 20. But then like trying to love Seeger now, you're singing along and it's like she's 13 and she's something whatever, and you're like, come on.
All right. I didn't love that.
Can we get this thing remastered where they're like at least 24?
It's so much of classic rock is like that. And I'm like, John Cougar Mellencamp. I guess you were kind of being a cougar, but like in an illegal way.
Yeah, like the Predator part, yes.
Yeah.
But like the female older, no.
Give me a version of Jack and Diane in their 40s.
I mean, give me something. That is so crazy. Like how pervasive it was back then. Like just they had just like 14-year-old girls hanging around backstage, and everybody's like, they'll be fine.
Yuck.
Yuck.
That's all I have to say about that, Tim. I say yuck.
I'm gonna say whack.
I'm gonna hit the yuck button. You hit the whack button.
Anytime 14-year-old girls try to come into the green room, I just go, boo, you stink, get out of here.
Bullshit. And they always are doing that.
I'm like, hey, how'd you even get into this show? Does this ever happen to you?
Does it ever happen to you? I have a I forget what it was. Oh, well, I guess in the airline scenario, I have a very fun follow-up story for a prior character from the pod.
Character? Okay, am I gonna remember this guy?
You'll remember this gal for sure. Check your bias, dude. We talk
Whoa.
about
Well,
women
I mean,
sometimes
you were
too.
talking about somebody that sounded like a douche. I assumed it was a guy.
Oh
Women
no,
usually
this is
rule.
not a douche. This is a she's part of a loser, not a zero scenario.
Okay.
I was back at the Minneapolis Delta Lounge
Mm-hmm.
where the so
Mm-hmm.
what's in an old fashioned story took place.
Amazing. Oh, so this is our bartender.
This is the bartender. So for those
Okay.
of you who skipped that episode, first off, go back. But
Also, you can go fuck yourself too. How dare you?
you can fucking die. You can hop on a Boeing, dude. Um, this is a brief synopsis. I was sitting at a bar at a Delta Lounge, and there's a moderately attractive bartender, and this guy sitting next to me is in like a big flannel, and he's trying to find a way to talk to her, and then he kind of strikes out a few times, and then he hits her with a big line. He goes, "So what's actually in an old fashioned?"
God, I just love that.
And it's one of the tougher looks I've seen in a long time. But I go back and I'm sitting at that same bar, and she's got like an aggressive energy. And I guess last time it was so busy that I didn't talk to her. But and this guy was trying. But then this time I'm the only one sitting there, and I got headphones on, and I'm working on my computer, and then she hits me with something, and I was like, "What?" And she goes, "I wish I wish you could quit your job so you could talk to me." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm not, it's not that crazy. What's up?" She's like, "Oh, I'm just bored." So we get to talking a little bit, and she hits me out of
She
nowhere.
starts telling you the ingredients of an old fashioned out of
It's
nowhere.
all she has. Um, I, it would have been amazing if I just hit her with that line, see if she remembered.
See if she that would rule.
Uh, Out of the blue, conversation dies. But I had told her I was a comic, whatever. I travel a lot, and then I'm back to working, and she goes, "So let me ask you, are you in love?" And I
Okay.
go, "What?" And she goes, I'm taking off my headphones. She's like, "Are you in love?" And I was like, and she goes, "Well, are you single?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm actually kind of seeing someone." And she didn't even let me finish the sentence. She goes, "Do you love her?"
Jesus.
And I was like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if we're throwing love. I like panicked. I was like, I don't know if we're throwing love around. I'm like, what is she fucking watching from a van outside? What's going on right now?
She's just out there with her own headphones on, with like the watching the screen, and like an old shitty van, just
It
a
was
classic stakeout.
crazy, dude.
Was she saying it like ha ha ha, or was she like, "Are you in love?"
No, she had kind of a crazy energy. And it was just, she played it straight. Maybe she was fucking around, but she never broke.
That rules.
And I was like, I don't know, throwing love. And she was like, okay.
All
And then she
right,
went
well,
back and took somebody else's order. And then I was like, I'm getting out of here. And I packed up my shit and ran.
maybe that was her plan the whole time. She's trying to clear the bar out.
Oh, she's like, this guy's been sitting up here for too long.
I was like, yeah, let's turn it over here.
I need some fresh faces up here.
Some fresh blood.
Yeah,
I mean, whew,
maybe.
are
It
you
was
in love?
crazy though.
But you know what? You could have said anything at that point. Yeah, we're madly in love.
I know, but it was just taking me by surprise.
You're still flustered.
I've just keep reliving. I'm like, I've never had anyone ask me that direct of a question ever in my life.
You know, it's kind of fun. She kind of hits you with like the fucking wolf in sheep's clothing. Because at first she was like, "Oh, I wish you could like hang out and chat."
Yeah.
And then you're like, I guess I'll hang out and chat. And she's like, "Are you in love?" And you're like, "Ah,
What's your financial situation?
yeah, tell
How
me your
much you
social
got
security
saved?
number. What's your savings look like right now? Economy's going to shambles. Are you ready for it?" You're like, "Oh."
It was so insane, dude.
I mean, I like this lady. She seems like a nut job.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back.
I wonder if she's in there all day. And it's like
She just
people
wants
just
she wants a more intense conversation.
yeah, I wonder if she's just looking for anything to feel alive.
I think you're right. I think you're
I think
exactly
what
right.
she's doing, Tom. She's doing crowd work.
Yeah, but she's not doing what do you do for work? She's doing are you in love?
That's what I'm saying. A lot of comics are like, I gotta think of a more interesting question to ask instead of what do you do for a living?
Yeah.
So people get into that thing where it's like, hey, what's your favorite thing about yourself? Some shit like that.
Yeah, yep. I've seen that.
So maybe she's hit that level of crowd work. She's done with the what do you do for a
But
living.
they can't. Okay, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to give her a note because it can't be a yes or no question. That's a classic mistake.
True. It's got to be a little more pro. It's got to be more open.
It's got to be, how do you feel about her? Do you see yourself?
Where do you see yourself?
Yeah, where
Is
do
it
you
long?
see
Do you think it's going to be long term?
Yeah. No, but
Yeah,
that's yes, no.
That's yes, no.
It's really hard to think of questions.
It is. Boy, crowd work's really tough. I take back everything I said, Tom. Crowd work comedians are geniuses.
Oh God, that was wild.
Hey, what does this lady look like?
She's like she's like probably middle age, decently cute.
Is that 40s? What is middle age?
Yeah, I would say I have no idea what middle age is. I would say she's mid 40s.
Mid 40s. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe a little older. Oh no, she has a 22. She has a 22-year-old kid. I bet she's like probably in her 50s, but looks good.
Okay. Surgery looks good, or just naturally looks good?
No, she's a bartender in Minneapolis. She just looks good.
She just looks good. Oh, okay. What they don't do? I mean, people get Botox.
Minnesota's not a huge, plastic surgery state. I don't think.
Yeah, it seems salt of the earth.
I think everyone would just be like, "What the hell are you doing?
Fuck is that? You're a bartender."
Yeah. We're dairy people. Let's stop trying to be hot.
Oh, okay. So is she? No, she's not dairy. You said she kept it tight.
No, yeah, she's attractive middle-aged woman, bartending. Hey, she told me she met Sean Penn recently in the airport.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then I said, "Oh, what's he like?" And she said, "Are you in love or not?"
Stop avoiding the question. Like, you brought up Sean Penn. I love Mystic River. I'd love to hear more about Sean.
Do you love Sean Penn? I get really combative. Are you and your husband even happy?
I would bet. Okay, so now I think that shines a different light on this question now.
Why?
Because I think she's looking at a young guy in a relationship.
And she's hoping I'm finding love.
Yeah, I think maybe she's got a little more some mileage on her, not in a demeaning way. No, but you know what I mean. She's got some more lived experience is a better way to say that.
Okay, yeah.
She's looking at a young guy who's pretending to be on his computer, and she's saying, "Hey, let's talk about your relationship." I'm
playing solitaire.
And she's going, "I got some gems to bestow on you, young man, if you would just let me in."
Yeah.
But instead, you grabbed your bag and you ran.
No, she said, "I got some gems, so I'm going to scare the shit out of you right now."
I bet she turned around from taking that order and she was like, "So anyways," and you were gone.
Yeah.
In a puff of smoke.
Mm-hmm. She literally sees me full sprint across. I just eat shit over a table.
She's like, "Yeah, he's definitely not in love for sure." Look how scared he is.
Oh, it was so funny.
I feel like you could have said anything, but I think you should have been like, I mean, I love her. I don't think she loves me. Now you're off on something.
I should have been like, well, the problem is we're both dating 4 people right now.
Yeah,
we're both in love with all of them. And just tried to really confuse her.
Yeah, weird curveballs. Have you heard of polyamory? She's like, yeah, like, so we don't do that. So we're just in, and she's like, wait, why did he bring that up?
Why did he bring it up? I'm like, what about bondage stuff? Do you know that?
You know what that is? Yeah, we don't do that either.
We don't do that either.
But yeah, I think she loves me, but I'm not that into it. What do you think about that, Darlene? What's her name?
Danny.
Danny. Ooh, I was close.
Yeah, it was pretty close.
Danny with an I, gotta be right.
No, named after her dad, and her real name is Danny. Now I'm shared too much. Now she's gonna be in the
Danny.
Yeah,
that's my dad's name.
This is the bartender. Yeah, she's named after your dad.
Isn't that crazy?
This is your long lost sister.
It's wild. But his name, it's not Daniel. It's Danny.
Oh, your dad's name is Danny?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
weird.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
Right?
It's like someone in the hospital was like, "Oh, Danny," obviously thinking that whoever's writing it down knows.
Said Daniel.
It's Daniel.
He got named a nickname.
Yeah.
That's like you on your birth certificate. It says the young man.
It says the young man, Tom Schnee. It says Sport Smith.
I mean, that's just Danny.
Danny is odd.
I mean, you do have to try to dress up Smith somehow. The last name of Smith is a curse.
Yeah, and Danny's the way to really dress it up.
It's something. It's a shot.
We're talking about it.
I mean, it's a swing.
It is an absolute
Some
swing.
are calling it a swing and a miss, but it is a swing.
You do have to swing. We got to swing.
I mean, Smith, there's nothing you can do with Smith. You're just fucked.
Wait,
Right?
yes. Wait, we have
Sorry.
to wrap shortly, but I do have to run something by you
Lay it on me, Tom.
because I think this is a relatable feeling, and it happened to me twice on Saturday, and I want to see if you would feel the same panic that I felt. So, I'm out.
I can answer it already. Yes, but lay it
Yeah.
on me.
So we're in a hotel in Cincinnati. Shows at 7. We got a call time. We got to meet in the lobby. And I go down. I'm like 3 minutes early in the lobby.
Okay.
And I'm sitting there waiting.
Very unlike you, by the way. Love to hear
Super
this.
unlike me. Yeah.
Love
when
to hear
it's
this.
when it's people that
Don't you even
that I
finish that
respect.
sentence, Tom. Don't even finish that sentence, you piece of shit.
very unlike me. I'm like 3 minutes early. But of course, this is actually more. This is classic, Tom. At the time that I was supposed to be down there, I realized I forgot something up in the room.
There we go.
So now I my little ADHD brain gets back in the elevator. But that feeling when you're in a rush. So I get in the elevator, I go upstairs, I can't find it. It's the lens to my camera.
Okay.
And I'm like shifting through all my shit. It had I had put it on the desk, whatever. So I find it, but now I'm in a rush.
Mm-hmm.
And in a rush, leaving a hotel room, you kind of panic. Like it's just shit thrown everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I run out. And I get in the elevator. I'm going down, and now I'm texting. I'm like, sorry, I'll be down in a minute. Because now I'm 2 minutes late.
Now this is the Tom that I know. This is okay.
And now I get down there, and they're like, all right, we're gonna go grab the car. You wait here. And I realized I forgot something else too.
Jesus Christ.
And now there's that feeling when you're in a rush and you forget something in your hotel. You are kind of. It would have taken another 3 minutes to go get it. But there is that feeling it could be anything. And you're like, I'll leave it. I can't go back up there. It's so far away. It's in an elevator.
Can't spend 3 more minutes.
Dude.
Well, the problem is everything is now becoming discombobulated.
I can't tell you how much my life fell apart in 6 minutes. I get back in the elevator. I get up there. I had left the key in my room.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, what? This is the Tom that I know.
So now I am sweating.
This is kind of the price you paid for being on time.
I'll never be on time again. You got to double check all your stuff. You take the 2 minutes late because now I'm sitting at 5 minutes late.
Yeah.
And I'm running down the stairs 4 stories because I'm like, that'll be faster than the elevator.
Insane logic, but yeah, go ahead.
Run down, and now I have to tell the tour manager who's waiting with the car. I have to be like, I forgot my key. I have to go back up there, and I gotta go to get to the front desk. Hey, I need a key. I need a key to 412.
Well, what was this? What was the second thing that you forgot?
It's the audio recorder, and I'm recording mine and Becky's sets, so I do need it.
Oh boy.
It was real stuff because this is my point. This is why I wrote it down is you do kind of in your head. I'm like, maybe I could use my phone for that, or maybe someone at the venue will have something I can use. You start thinking of every reason not to go back upstairs
because you already did that.
When you're in a rush, you leave a hotel. It's it could be my grandmother's wedding ring, and I'm leaving the country, and I'm like, I'll find a new one.
I'm sure somebody there will have a grandmother's wedding ring I can borrow.
Yeah,
you know what I've been doing actively in these kinds of moments, and I think I've been getting better at it. I've been actively saying, okay, think slower.
Yeah.
Think slower. And then you go, what do I need here?
What I didn't need was to sprint back up the stairs.
Is that what you did?
Yeah, I did.
Wait, why? Oh, Jesus Christ. Why are you bypassing the elevator now?
The second time I went back up, the elevator took for fucking ever. I mean, it probably took 40 seconds.
I was going to say, was this anxiety forever or actually forever?
It took the exact amount of time it should have taken. And I was like, what's up with this elevator?
Fuck it, I'm running.
Full
See,
sprint.
that's where you got to think slower. You just go, no, it's fine.
But that's why I'm looking so jacked these days is I'm sprinting up 4 flights of a hotel every day.
This is all making sense now. Kid's looking trim, he's looking buff. That's because he's anxiety sprinting.
I'm leaving stuff all over Cincinnati.
I mean, that does suck. I mean, but that's when I find myself in those scenarios where I'm like, all right, in my head, I have 9,000 things to do and I have 13 seconds to do them all. You just think a little bit slower and you go, bippity boppity bacon. Get this done, get this done, get this done. And hey, would you look at that? Everything's
This is
fine.
growth. This is growth, Tim.
I don't need therapy, Tom. I am therapy.
No, wait a second. Can I bring this up? I think you might need therapy.
No.
No.
Some things, no, Tom. Some things stay in the texts. You piece of shit. That's for the Patreon.
Okay. You guys tune into the Oh, by the way, Mark, I meant to say we got a hot dog being drone delivered to your house right now. Free hot dog for the 0 submission.
Also, you'll be drone striked as well, but that is for after the hot dog has been eaten.
Yes, you eat the hot dog and then you get drone strike because you didn't include enough details about how the guy reacted.
Gonna need that's a caveat that we have not brought up very often is if you submit, but there's not enough deets, you will be given a hot dog, but you will have drone strikes on your home where your family lives.
Sorry, we're hot dogging a little bit. But
damn, dude. Sorry. I had a $3 meal earlier. I'm better than everybody.
We are partnered with Boeing, so you will be shot dead.
Yeah, I mean, the drone will never get there, but the intent will be there, folks.
Man. Can I throw a last-minute hero out before we wrap this thing?
Lay it on me, Tom.
I got a hero of the week going out to our good friend, Laura Peak.
LP. Love LP.
One of the best. I'm in Cincinnati this weekend. I had kind of a rough set gig situation. I'll share more on the Patreon. And then I find out our good friend Laura Peak. Well, I found this out the day before, but she's in town doing a different spot.
Love it.
It's St. Patty's Day, so I'm kind of like, fuck, it's kind of lame. I didn't get to do anything on St. Patty's Day. Then I had a rough set, and I was like kind of pissed off. And just getting to go hang with a good friend out on the road in the wild when the alternative is go back to the hotel by yourself and run up and down stairs for a little bit. When that's the alternative, having a friend out there is like life-saving.
Yeah, that's big and enormous. A lot of people are saying
it's huge, big, enormous, hot dog, whatever you want to call it.
Because I mean, the alternative to hanging out with a good friend is going to hate yourself in a hotel room.
Yes.
Boo.
Just drastically different.
Stinks.
So met up. We had kind of the tail end. It was interesting. I've never gone out on St. Patty's Day like at 11 p.
Same.
It's a graveyard.
Oh, I mean, it's zombie land. Dude, everyone is dead.
Insane. Like you walk into a bar and there's literally like, I'm like, oh, that's throw up for sure.
Puke.
There's someone sleeping on a bar stool right now. There's just jackets kind of everywhere.
Yeah.
That have
purses,
just been left.
Keys. Yeah. Remnants of a fight from earlier.
You wade through like there's like smoke somehow and like just like you hear like just bombs in the background.
It feels like those are Irish car bombs. It feels like when
yes.
You know, like when the zombies haven't been activated, like they haven't found the person they want to chase, and they're kind of just going like
a little smoky. Yeah.
And they're not really doing anything, but they are in the way.
Hey, well, you do have to kind of sneak by. I'm like, I hope they don't notice me.
Yeah, you don't want no sudden movements.
No.
Nothing crazy, because you will get punched in the back of the head.
And then if one of them does interact with you, you have to act like you have to be like, I'm
so hammered. I'm just like you, man.
I'm one of you. Yeah, so we met up at an Irish pub and hung out, and it's just like change the weekend. So hero of the week right there.
Shout out Laura Peak. You saved the boy from a spiral.
I take it back. She's not the hero. Hero of the week goes to her touring agent for booking that gig.
Yeah, sorry, Laura, you're not the hero. We hate you a lot. Shout out to whoever books your Cincinnati dates.
Hot dog is no longer coming your way, but the drone strike is impossible to call off. So
yeah, no, that's outside of our hands. It will hit a neighboring home. It won't even really get close to yours because all of the wings will fall off.
Once
it's
again,
a Boeing
shout
product.
out to Boeing sponsoring Roommates-in-Law. We appreciate it.
Oh, it's gonna suck when we both turn up dead next week.
Dude, if Boeing takes us down, it would be the biggest thing that ever happened to the pod.
Damn, that'll be the big thing.
That'll be our story. And they're like, why did Boeing hate them?
Why'd they go after those guys? They didn't even have any real dirt on them.
A couple riffs.
It's a couple solid riffs.
A couple 4 out of 25 riffs.
A couple of 16%ers, but man, these Boeing guys can't take a joke. All right, Tom, let's put a bow on this motherfucker.
Yeah, let's put a Boeing on this thing. This weekend I'll be in Chicago opening for the one and only Kelsey Cook. Then running around the Midwest with Jeffrey Asmus, and then Madison and Dallas. Dallas, please, God, please tell your friends in Dallas. April 12th and 13th, I'm there. Tickets are almost sold. They're not.
What? I was like, wait, what are we doing here?
Please send someone to Dallas for me.
Someone, God, help the boy out. Oh, we just got some big fat dates added in. Well, we got Providence, we got Baltimore, Maryland, and then we're going to Washington, D.C., and then I'm going back to frickin' Boston, and then we're trying to get some stuff lined up in the dang Midwest, folks. Find
Boston
us
loves
on.
The kid.
And hey, Tom, the kid loves Boston.
I was like, what? Hey.
Love that town.
All right, you guys, we love you. Tell a friend. Send us a 0.
He married my sister, now we're living together. We're